Hello, it's time for some spookiness because the new Halloween collection has now begun in Dragon City, and of course Halloween will be here very shortly. So we actually have a couple of new collections starting today, but we've got this new Halloween collection where you'll require some certain dragons in order to get pumpkins, and by collecting these pumpkins you can unlock some okay things. We've got some legendary Joker orbs, we have Orbs of Arcana Death, of which you can get an endless amount in theory, and then we also have this really cool zombie habitat. And so the way that you can get these pumpkin items is by completing quests, and these quests you can see here. We've got the Tentacularian, Evil Witch, Night Terror, Grave Lurker, Possessed, and Transformation quests. In order to get all of the pumpkins available for each stage, you'll need to have them leveled up to level 40 for each dragon, so then you can get all of the pumpkins. And since you can get 5 pumpkins per quest, in order to get 20 for that new habitat, you'll need to finish off at least 4 of these quests. And 3 of these dragons are rescuable. The other 3, however, are not. And so I have got a guide for this and the new maze event today in the DC event guide section of my Discord server, just so that you have all of this written out and you know what to do. But between each quest, it looks like to get these jack-o'-lanterns pumpkins, you will need to wait 2 hours per quest. And for these, again, it's in increments of 5 levels, so you'll see that we've done 2 for Tentacularian and we've got another 2-hour cooldown. And then Possessed, you can rescue Possessed, but he was also breedable very recently, and I managed to actually get him, which means that we can save our keys. So mythical dragons generally aren't available to rescue. The other dragons that aren't mythicals are normally made available in rescues quite a few months afterwards, and that's what we're going to take advantage of here. I'm just going to take him to level 30 for now, because it's like 6 million food to take them, just over 6 million food to take them from level 1 to level 40, but I'm not going to take him to level 40 just yet. We'll make sure that we get the rest of his quests done first. That's not the one that I wanted. And then again, we'll click on this Possessed quest, we will do his battle. One thing to remember when you are doing these quests is that if you don't want to get the rank ups on this dragon, you can in fact put in a different dragon that you want to rank up and just get free rank ups on it, which I think is probably a good idea. Like if you have a dragon that you want to take to Plat 3, like for instance Scaly Boy, then we can just add Scaly Boy in here and then take Scaly Boy up to max rank using these rank up quests. So definitely make sure you're taking advantage of that. But that is mostly everything relating to this Halloween quest. It's not too complicated. We pick up another lantern and we wait 2 hours. But Transformation and Grave Lurker we will definitely be picking up in Dragon Rescue because they are available to rescue. And since we've got 8 days to do it, you might as well go and rescue them over that. So that is that quest. Let's pick up our first set of rewards from this, which dark tokens, that's very whatever, but fine. I like free tokens. Then we've got legendary Joker orbs, which again we can get multiple of these based on how many of these jack-o'-lantern pumpkins that we pick up. So if we get multiple of these, that's actually going to be quite a nice selection of legendary Jokers for free. But of course, zombie habitat looks insanely nice, and I would love to pick up that one. And also Arcana Death Dragon orbs. I wanted to get this dragon, and we basically get this Arcana for free, which is wonderful. So there is that. We do also have this new maze event, like I mentioned, and in this maze event we have these duo fossils, and finally we can get our hands on the lovely, lovely Duo-Destruct dragon. Now, is he good for your team? No. Do we care about that? No, because we just want to own him because he is like probably one of the better looking dragons in this game, if not like top 5, I would say. And so you can get your hands on Duo-Destruct by collecting those fossil items in the maze events, and we need 25 of them to unlock this dragon. If you get 40 of them, you get 20 orbs of him and some free legendary Jokers and a free perk, which is lovely. And then if you manage to get 55 of them, which is very unlikely, but if you do, then you can get 500 orbs free for this mythical, which mythicals, you know, mythicals aren't too bad. It's just the double primal's a bit The chaos might not get a lot of use either, but this time around we can get him from the 3 maze events. So it's similar to what we've had before, I'm not 100% sure on how many different player groups we have in these maze events, just to let you know, and I have tried to write that down in the guide section because I will show you that in a moment as well. But in this maze event, luckily for us, there is basically one good path and then the other two are pretty bad. The keys path is going to be the better pickup path because immediately you'll see on the keys path we have mecha chests, we have duo fossils, and we also have insignias and mecha upgrades available. So, like, if I quickly show you the guide for this on Ditlep, do bear in mind that the dragons in my maze are different to this because we do have different player groups. We may have very different costs, so I can only really showcase you the costs for player group A, like the basic player group 1. So, as a default for these maze events, the total cost, if you want to get Winter Sun, so go all the way through the keys path, is going to be over 10,000, which is fine. But you'll notice that on the two legendary dragons paths, so Winter Moon and Tamtam, or in my case, Seducing and Discus Thrower, there's actually no event items on one of the paths, like the Tamtam path. If we scroll down here, there are no event items whatsoever. This path is garbage. Do not go down that path. The Winter Moon path, however, it does have a single mecha chest at 1,085 currency. So my recommendation would be to go all the way through the keys path or as far as you can go. And then if you can't pick up another mecha chest for that amount of cost, like say you pick up the mecha chest from the Winter Sun path here, the 465 cost tile, and then you'll see that there's no other mecha chest for a while. So then what you could do if you want another mecha chest is go and collect the one from the Winter Sun path. But again, I know that this is going to be slightly confusing because of all the different player groups and the different dragons that we have. But essentially, you want to go down the keys path and then whichever of the two legendary dragon paths that you have, like the ones available in 23 hours or 1 day 23 hours, because they are the different ones, the one that unlocks in 1 day is the more expensive one, so that would be the discus thrower path in this case. He is the one that has a mecha chest here, so you can pick up an extra mecha chest on that path alongside the keys path. But that is the general advice that I would give for this mecha maze event. Again, I do have all of this written down inside my Discord server in the DC event guide section. So again, if we go on player group A, the keys path total cost is 10,830, just under 11,000. The total amount of earnable currency without ads is going to be roughly 9,000 currency, and that is including runner event currency, because if you didn't go through the runner event and pick up the grid coins, then you can get 9,000 currency along with the resets with the 3,000 that you'll get from runner. So you can get most of your way through the keys path. You may not make it all the way to the end, but I have also stated how many event items you'll get on each of these keys paths. So for instance, on the Freezox path, we've got 2 mecha chests, 2 duo fossils. Motorbike, we've got 1 mecha chest, 4 duo fossils and insignias. Atlantean, 1 mecha chest, 4 duo fossils, 5 insignias, 1 mecha upgrade. And Winter Sun / Fencing, we've got 1 mecha chest, 5 duo fossils and 1 mecha upgrade. And so these mecha upgrade items are going to be very, very useful for you because, you know, we need the mecha upgrade items to be able to finish off the part of the collection. So if we go through this path, we got blah, 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 we got all these items, and you'll see that there is a mecha upgrade here. And then obviously another duo fossil, and then that's the end of that path. But this mecha upgrade, you might end up being able to hit it depending on how well you do with your ad drops. You might not. But there is one available here, and there is one available much earlier on inside the Atlantean path. So again, if I open the Atlantean path and we go a little bit further down, you'll see that right towards the end of this path, there is a mecha upgrade there as well. So if you need just at least one mecha upgrade item, you can get that pickup on this path, and you should have enough currency to be able to pick that one up on the Atlantean path at the very least. So my advice, TLDR, is go down the keys path, pick up that extra chest on the other path if you want to, but basically there is no reason really not to go down the keys path this time around because again, it has the good event items for all the different collections, it has the duo fossils, it has the mecha chests, it has the insignias. It is by far the best damn it, I wanted to do ×2 watch. This is what I get for... I'm too good or too fast for my own good. That's a joke, but yeah, make sure you're watching your ×2 ad watches on that. Otherwise, one singular item being lost could be the difference between you finishing off that collection or not. Personally, the one that I care about the most is going to be the Duo-Destruct collection. I don't care about any of the other collections really that much, although I would love to get my hands through that Halloween event, but Duo-Destruct is the one that I care about the most, so I will be collecting all of these fossils as much as I can. And of course, when you are going through the keys path, you don't have to finish off the keys path each time. You only have to get to the key and pick up the items that you need. So like for this one, we can go back to the Freezox path and pick up this extra fossil here. But we don't need to finish off this path. Of course, if we want to get the dragon himself, we will have to do the battles and then do the final one. But if you've already got the dragon, or you just don't care about the dragon, well, don't bother about it. But then we go and pick up another fossil, and we just make our way through these keys paths, and we can just chill because we don't have to think about it too much. If you are a new player that gets confused about these maze events, you just have to simplify it, and this time the simplification is just go down the keys path. And of course, picking up all these extra items, we might pick up tons of extra legendary jokers from the Halloween event, from these extra events, free perks. It's definitely going to be the best pick, whether you're a collector or whether you are just a player looking to upgrade your dragons as far as you can. Best path is going to be keys path this time, which is nice and easy. So let's pick up these insignias. And like I mentioned, for more currency, ideally, you would have saved up all of your runner flight stamps, and again, make sure you finish off collecting your flight stamps each time, because now that we've got this event, you'll see that the roulette chess wheel has changed to maze currency. And so whenever you see a runner event that's ongoing at the same time as a grid event, make sure that you are paying attention to which event you want to spend the flight stamps on, because I didn't spend any, and now we can spend all of our flight stamps and get free maze currency to take us through and hopefully finish off as much of that keys path as we possibly can. And of course, you know, we do have the new dragon as well, which we would love to pick up, and the free gems and the free mecha upgrades. I do like me some free upgrades after all. So that is most of the new stuff. Of course, we've also got ads that you should be watching so that you can pick up more flight stamp items. We may end up getting some of these dragons available in the breeding event island, which if I reset my game, I'm sure it would show us. But do be aware that for the Halloween event as well, there is the Halloween chest that you can purchase to get a drop of one of these dragons. But is this worth it? No, it's only a 22 or 11% chance for the mythicals, which means that if you want the mythicals drop, chances are you're not going to get the mythicals, you're going to end up with one of the other dragons that you can rescue anyway, so it's not really worth picking those up. So the other thing that we do have today, we've got quite a lot of things going on today. We do have Redemption Malice available in Wizard's Hollow again. And so this Wizard's Hollow is still quite tempting because redemptions, especially if you have the new Arena Beta, are pretty insane at the moment. And of course we've got guaranteed Joker Orbs if you get the 9 golden runes. We do also have perks available in the blue chest, but you're going to need 15 runes for one of those perk chests. So they're really going to have to try their hardest to make you work for that one, and they certainly are doing that. Personally, I don't really care too much about this Malice Dragon because I've already got one. I'm just going to use 5 gems once to see if we get like a good streak and we can make good progress on this. Like if we do the next 30 levels without having to gem, then, you know, that would be great. Probably not, we're probably going to instantly die, but I'm at least going to give it 5 gems of an investment because 5 gems isn't too much. If we die, we die. We didn't waste too much currency in that sense. But it's always good to at least give it a little bit of a try, because like if you instantly quit every time, obviously your chances of getting good resources are going to diminish. We do have a breeding perk there. I'm not going to spend the gems on that. There we go, another fail, but at least we gave it a bit more of a try than if we hadn't. Again, 5 gems is pretty much nothing. We can make that back real nice and quick. And so make sure you are paying attention to all of the quests ongoing. We've got Mecha quest, we've got upgrade quest, we've got the mythical quest as well for Duo-Destruct if you manage to get him, because after 28 days, that's how long his quests are, but you can get free orbs for him, you can get free gems. Oh, I would love to take advantage of this so much, but we probably won't be able to. But I would love it if we could do that. But like I mentioned, for the rescue, we can rescue some of these dragons. And so the two that I need that I don't already have is Transformation and Grave Lurker. So again, we can go over to our rescues and we can go Grave, and it'll take about 1,000,000 years for it to come up. But there you go, we've got Grave Lurker right there. I've actually already got 10 orbs for Grave Lurker, but we will definitely want to get this dragon, and then you'll have to finish the rescue, you'll have to summon the dragon, you'll have to hatch the dragon, and then you'll have to do the quest. So ideally, you would want to be getting these dragons collected immediately and hatched immediately. So you're gonna have to do it like ASAP right now. And finish within like the first couple of days for these two, and then you can get them summoned and hatched in time and then leveled up for the quests with the quest timers. So I'm definitely going to begin the rescue for this boy, and I will make my progress on that in a moment. Final thing that I did want to mention at the very least today is, yes, pick up your gold orbs. We always need to pick up those, but we do also have Empower Happy Hour right now. And so 1 hour 35 minutes, and then this boy will be finished, so I'm not going to skip that. But it does mean that we finally have another dragon that is going to be fully empowered, because as I mentioned before, Corrupted Legend was waiting for an Empower Happy Hour, and that's why it's never a bad idea to save up your legendary jokers until you're certain which dragon you want to empower. This time, I'm certain that I want to empower my Corrupted Legend, so in an hour and a half, he will begin his empower process, and then we will have another E5 dragon, which is wonderful. Another dragon to take all the way up to level 69. I cannot wait. So be aware of that happening. Of course, we've got the Alliance chest, which is going to be ending soon, so make sure that you are hatching all of your eggs. I've got some eggs to be hatching, and when they're hatched, they'll of course also count towards the runner event. So 2 birds, 1 stone. The only thing is we've got to do this annoying food collection quest, so there is that to worry about, which is a pain. I'm actually going to skip this with food growing. Not for the mini ones, for the longer ones that I'd thrown in there. So we will pop those in, keep collecting, collect our flight stamps, and do more breeding. But, you know, it's a lot that is going on today, so don't get too confused. If you get confused by anything, just make sure you check your events panel, make sure you check your news section as well, because it does go through each of these when the updates come in. So you can see the Breeding Island updates, you can see Empower Happy Hours here, you can see the Destruct collections mentioned, the Halloween collection. So just chill out, nice and chill. So just before I left, I thought I'd check the breeding event island quickly. It looks like we don't have any of those dragons available to breed right now. Again, we did have Possessed available before. Maybe they'll add 1 or 2 of them in a couple of days. Don't bank on it though. Make sure that you are just trying to collect those dragons normally via rescue. Again, if you wait, hoping that they'll bring them out here, they may do, they may not. And even if they do, it may be too late for you to take advantage of it. But Batring Ram, I still like him. Maybe we'll try and breed him if we have the slots available. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. But I guess for now, that is everything that I really wanted to mention. So get your rescuing going, get your mazing going, get your runnering going, and of course, get your arenaing going too, because we do also have arena stuff. And anyone that has the new beta, like myself, we've got all of that to grind through and pick up these free items on our way through, which is more legendary Joker orbs at the end of the day, because we have this overgrowth collection to do. So I'm really happy with the amount of legendary Jokers they're bringing out. We haven't really had any with the heroic Jokers, not too many anyway, apart from maybe the Wizard's Hollow, but I would love to see them bring out a few more with some more sputterings of heroic Jokers, but maybe I'm being a little bit too greedy now. But either way, best of luck. I wish and hope the best for you when you're finishing off all of these quests. We should hopefully pick up a mythical egg chest very soon with help of the runner and maze events as well. So don't forget all these events, make sure you're claiming all of them, watching your ads, and you know, we should have this big collection to also finish off soon, and maybe we will get another Karma. Who knows?